Today we are diving into a really cool reimagining of a total classic. It takes that familiar story, Journey to the Center of the Earth, and just flips it completely on its head. This isn't a geological expedition anymore. It's a deep, philosophical dive straight into the human mind.
So here's the big question that frames this whole thing. What if this epic descent had nothing to do with rock strata or molten cores? What if, instead, it was a journey into the deepest layers of our own consciousness, our memories, and even time itself?
All right, every journey needs a hero, right? Well, ours is Professor Lidenbrock, and this guy is a man made of pure certainty. He's a product of 19th century scientific rationalism, and he truly believes the world is just one big problem to be solved, a map waiting to be filled in.
And this quote, it says it all, doesn't it? For the professor, the unknown isn't something to be in awe of. It's just a gap in our knowledge. It's a blank space that logic and measurement have to fill. To him, the center of the Earth isn't a mystery. It's just a fact he hasn't gotten around to verifying himself yet.
But right from the get-go, his world of hard facts starts getting weird. There are these whispers from a totally different kind of reality. His nephew Axel has this strange dream about warm water, a premonition he just can't shake. And then his ward Graben gives him this chillingly spot-on warning. Places you can't come back from unchanged are never what you think they are.
So with these two opposing ideas in the air, the journey begins. And at first, everything goes according to plan. The professor's map is working perfectly. The descent is unfolding exactly like the geology books say it should, which just reinforces his whole belief system, that the world is organized, predictable, and totally knowable.
I mean, it's totally textbook. They go down through a layer of granite, check. Then gneiss and schist, check. They even find a subterranean river right where they thought it would be. For the professor, every single step is just more proof that he's right. The Earth is following his rules.
And this is where the real story kicks in, because this journey was never about the rules. It was always about what happens when the rules break down. The map that got them this far? Well, it's about to become completely and utterly useless.
So the weirdness starts to pile up. First, there's this deep rhythmic sound, something that sounds organized, not random like a rock fall. Then the river water, it's impossibly warm, almost like body temperature. And then they find an entire underground sea glowing with this strange light that has no source. The water itself feels off, almost like it recognizes them.
These anomalies lead them to the most mind-bending discovery yet. A city with impossible architecture, drowned in that warm water. A city that looks like it's from the future, a place where time itself feels broken.
Okay, this is where it gets really trippy. They find this building that actually inverts time. The lowest floors, the ones closest to the water, are the newest, a drowned future. To get to the past, they don't dig down, they have to climb up.
And as they climb this impossible building, they're literally walking backwards through history. They start in what looks like a drowned, super modern office, go up a floor, and it feels like the industrial age. Higher still, they find a space that looks like a medieval cathedral. And at the very top, rough hewn stone from prehistoric times. They are literally climbing into the past.
Down in those drowned, futuristic offices, in a place called the Ministry of Memory, they find this cryptic memo. And it's a massive clue. It's telling them this journey isn't about discovering some new external world. It's about encountering the world they're already carrying inside themselves.
And that memo, it takes us right to the emotional heart of this whole thing. The physical journey starts to fade into the background and a psychological one takes over. All because the water finally reveals what it really is. So the story hits us with this incredible idea. What if the water at the center of the Earth is a perfect memory medium? The professor even comes up with a theory that it holds a complete chemical record of everything it's ever touched. Every life, every event, every single feeling. It's like a liquid archive of all of time.
And right here, this man of pure, unshakable reason is just broken open. The water doesn't show him rocks or minerals. It reflects his deepest, most buried grief, the memory of the son he lost years and years ago. This journey is forcing him to finally face the one thing he's used science his whole life to avoid.
Axel has a totally different revelation. The water shows him his love, Graben, not as some fantasy, but as she is right in that moment. And he gets it. He realizes the center doesn't create anything new. It just reflects the deepest truth you bring with you. It shows you who you really are.
Even Hans, their quiet guide, finds his own truth there. For him, the water just confirms what he already knew, that home isn't a building, it's a feeling, a certainty you carry inside of you. You see, each of them is shown exactly the truth they needed to find.
This whole experience, as you can imagine, leads to a massive transformation, especially for the professor. He doesn't come back to the surface with geological samples or new maps. He comes back with an entirely new understanding of what knowledge even is.
See, he went down there believing this, that science is a weapon, a tool you use to conquer mystery, to turn the vast, amazing, unknown world into a neat little list of solved problems.
But he comes back with this beautiful new philosophy. He realizes that mystery isn't the enemy you need to defeat. It's the ocean we all swim in. And the facts science gives us, they're not meant to drain the ocean. They're meant to be a compass, to help us find our way within it.
In the end, they didn't conquer the center of the earth. They couldn't. What they did was so much more important. They found their place inside a mystery that was deeper, older, and way more personal than they ever could have dreamed.
And that kind of leaves us with one final thought, doesn't it? What if the point of all our knowledge, all our maps and data, isn't to shrink the world down into something we can control? What if it's just to give us a compass, so we can better navigate a world that will, and maybe should, always stay beautifully, profoundly mysterious?